to it. What would you tell them? You obviously have a lot of perspective.
Just like tell them, just take care of your body. Take care of your body. Choose your training partners wisely. Decide ahead of time what the workout you're going to do. Don't adjust your workout based on how you feel that day. Or if somebody's going hard and you plan on going hard Thursday and it's Wednesday, you say, no, I'm going to chill. Structure your workouts, periodization, shit like that. Complicated stuff. It sounds stupid. It doesn't make for good quotes in an interview situation.
Hey Forrest, can I just, because he's fighting tonight, get your thoughts on Anderson Silva and being one of the greatest of all time?
So far I think he's the greatest I've ever seen of all time, ever. There's some guys that that rival him as far as being, obviously like Hoyce and Hicks and guys that were just so far ahead of everybody else that, at the time it almost wasn't fair. But I enjoy Anderson. As far as the fight tonight, I do think Weidman has a chance because of his skill set, wrestling and grappling, jiu-jitsu, etc. He's got the wrestling and the submission in. But and I've said this a bunch too. I hope that Anderson knocks him out in spectacular fashion. Thusly, I can take up less space on the highlight reel.
Exactly. And you actually did say something yesterday at the party that when you faced off against Anderson, you were like, talk about that.
I had a moment of not clarity where I actually was like facing off against him in the weigh-ins, and I thought, I can do this. I can beat this. Like I felt like if you watch the stare down, I feel like I won the stare down. And unfortunately, that was the last winning I ever did when it came to him.
Would you want to see him in a super fight, or would you want to see super fights in the UFC?
And this is just, again, I work for the UFC now, so my opinions are, maybe I should pay attention to what I say, but I'm almost afraid that Anderson would lose to Jones. Just personally, I don't want to see him lose. Does that make any sense? I think Jones would be, when I saw Jones take Shale down at will, and Chael's a decent wrestler, I thought to myself, that's the difference, Jones will be able to take Anderson down. He's got the length, he's got the speed, he'll be able to get to him and take him down. That doesn't mean, and he'll have a good game plan. It comes from a good camp. And that's just, third-hand speculation.
Forrest, you're a pretty funny guy. Have you ever given any consideration to acting, comedy, stand-up?
Right. I have. And I really, again, I'm going to say something wildly inappropriate. It's just like porn. I like being a really good amateur as opposed to being a really bad pro. That's kind of funny. It's much better to be a really good guy. See, guys don't really expect fighters to be funny. So when I am funny, it's like a win-win. But if I was a comedian, you'd be like, he's not a great comedian. Just like
Do you ever get tired of being the body rush being brought up over and over again and it's sort of defining you as a fighter?
Does Mark Hamill hate Star Wars? I don't know. That's why I ruined his career. I don't. It did, but it kind of still pays my bills. I got a job now because of that fight. So it's hard to hit the goal. It's did I wish sometimes to kind of break that link? Yeah, but again, what helps is that I like Steph. If I didn't like the guy, it would actually really suck. If it was like we were bitterly divided over who won and it was a contentious atmosphere, it would suck. But I like Steph and we've always gotten along, so it's just very cool,
A lot of people say when they're fighting, I wish I had more time for my family. Now you got more time for your family. How's it going with the baby? And
man, I wish I could still fight now.
Exactly.
Boom, that's it.
You gonna encourage your kids to fight this?
I'll encourage them to work out and do something, grappling, jiu-jitsu related. Then again, I wouldn't let them play weight. I've got a whole plan on it. And again, my plan is to expose my daughter to everything. I'll expose her to it, and if she is passionate about it. That's one of the memories I had. I grew up, for my formative years, I didn't have a dad when I started in sports. And I saw these kids, because I would always carpool with kids that had dads, and their dads were always pushing them. And then I was like, man, I wish I had a dad to push me. You know, these kids are so lucky. And then I realized that that's what burns you out. You know, these kids hate this. I've been doing it because I love it, and nobody's encouraging me to do it. Really, my mom doesn't even want me to play football. Or, you know, she's like, oh, I play soccer. It's safer. That was before they knew hitting the ball would make a brain damage.
Last question.
Last question. Make it good, guys, please. Good.
This is your final event as a quote-unquote fighter, going to the expo, going to the Hall of Fame. So tomorrow morning you're going to wake up officially as a UFC employee. How does it feel?
Well, I was just actually thinking of logistics that it's going to be hard to do his job and walk fighters from one place to another. Because people will be like, hey, Forrest, do something. I was like, no, man, I just, you know, it was kind of like, oh, sorry, I keep doing that. I'm going to blame it on you. But it was kind of like I was so curt at the press conference because I don't like, you know, I don't like being in the way. I don't like detracting from guys. When they had fought, they had just fought, you know, they want to be with their families, they've been training, etc. I didn't want to take up their time, you know. It felt like this wasn't my moment. It's these guys' moment. They just fought. I should get out of the way. So that, you know, it's kind of tough to kind of get out of the way and let guys, you know, shine and just be like, you know, I don't want to be walking a fighter around and be like, hey, Forrest. I'm like, yeah, this is the guy that's actually fighting me. Shut up.